Steve Rossi here. Steve is here. I played tennis this morning. I gotta relax my joints. I was playing tennis with a friend. I did pretty well. Finished second. We're gonna play again tomorrow. If my arms can take it, if my shoulders can take it, and if my mouth can take it. I never shut up. I still don't know how to score at tennis. Uh, 15, 30, 45 love, and then I get confused. So I don't keep track of the thing. I'm really just actually trying to pitch my idea. I know coins are very dirty. They're kind of the last thing in the world I want to touch. Even though when I went to Roger's clinic for OCD, you would throw coins, dump coins all over my bed. As soon as I'd wash my sheets, they just cover them in coins, and I'd have to sleep on a bed of cool silver dimes. No kidding. Anyway, I was thinking, like, what about a coin strip club? I mean, because like you can't hear dollars. Like you think, I know it sounds disgusting or dirty, but like think about a casino. All those sounds you hear every time, like that's like a loss. You know when you win in a casino, a slot machine, it's often you bet an amount. Say you bet $1 on a dollar slot machine, and then they'll make the sound of winning if you win 20 cents. You just lost 80 cents, but hey, on that spin you won 20. I know I'm making sense here. So you hear that sound. So as you walk around the casino, you hear all these sounds that sound uplifting, and you see people's machines going up and up, but they're not winning what they bet often. The sounds and the exuberation sell you on the fact that they're winning. Or sell you on excitement. So that's the idea of the strip club. Especially like people can't afford throwing tons of dollars in the air. This way, you get each handful of quarters or $half, and you just throw them everywhere. And it was ding, 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 the sounds of the coins hitting the strip club and the music. I just think it would lead more people to throw coins and they would make more money because it's like George Costanza said. He doesn't tip the blind bills. Tip the blind. He doesn't, like, when he gives the blind people money on the subway, he doesn't give them bills. He gives them coins so they can hear it. So I was rambling on about a coin strip club, but I didn't really have my heart in it because coins are too dirty. I would need all of my coins straight from the U.S. Mint. I'd like to work there one day. They make a lot of money at the U.S. Mint. And then I was, oh, geez, Steve, no, no. You hear that? You hear that? You hear how I backed up on my own cringeworthiness? Um, I like hearing that stuff. Like sometimes I'll be on a roll with the audience talking about personal stuff, and I'll switch over to some one-liner, and I'll often start with like I want to know that they're going to like clench their butthole. Like I'll say, today I went through my drawer of light bulbs, and I figured out which ones worked through the process of illumination. Ah, and that's what they'll do. I don't know what to do because usually I'm hyper and I'm being very personable, talking about what I'm fearful of or dating, of going through, and then I'll switch to these one-liners, and that's what all they used to do was one-liners. That's what used to work for me, and it's an achievement for me to know that the personal material is working better than the material I spent writing for like 10 years. Um, because they see it exuding. My body language. How am I talking about myself and doing stand up? I thought he had a topic, stupid ass. Oh, yeah, that topic I was embarrassed to talk about. Oddly enough, it's about being embarrassed. I don't embarrass easily, but I'll tell you an embarrassing story. When I was a kid, I remember my first sexual thought. First thought I ever had sexualized. And I was so young. And I felt really guilty and shameful. And I felt that I had to tell my mom what I thought. And I told her that I had this thought, and I think I used the word sexual. I was like first grade or something. And she's like, "Well, you can tell me what you thought." And I was just, no, I don't want to tell you. I was too embarrassed. So finally, I had the idea of we have walkie-talkies. And so I said, "What if? Okay, I gave my mom a walkie-talkie in the kitchen, and then I went in the basement, and I said, 'Are you there?' She's like, 'Yes.' Oh, she's like, 'What did you say?' And I'm what, 6'7", and I tell her through the walkie-talkie, 'My butt is itching for a sexy woman.' Over. And my mom, I could just hear her laughing like from the basement to the kitchen. And then she just sort of said, 10-4, 10-4. And then like I just, oh, thank you. I swear. Why does that happen? I don't know. Did you hear that sound was going downwards? That's not the sound you want to hear in a casino. You want to hear the opposite, going up, just like my coin strip club. What was I talking about? Oh, embarrassing. Yeah, that was not that embarrassing. That's just funny. As I got older, finding my mom, finding three boys, well, she didn't find us, she had us. She had three boys. And I was the oldest. So all the porn stuff was just hilarious. There's so many porn stories of how my mom found it or where she would find it. One time, like in high school, if you needed candy or tests or porn, you came to me. I could elaborate on that for the rest of my life, but let's just leave it there. If you needed like a Spanish test or a math quiz, if you needed some candy or chocolates, you just came to me. Porn, you know, VHSs. So I guess what I'm saying is, you need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So I had two trapper keepers full of everything. And one time, so I had excess of those things. So one time I had a bunch of Playboys, and I decided to, we had a family, a big family and no locks on the door. So jerking off was always like the physical challenge on Double Dare. I got to get a screw drilled into my head. I really do. Just a nice, clean drilling where all the sawdust or brain dust would just curl up next to me. That would feel amazing. What would feel even better if it was coming from both sides. Two screws from powerful drills, but very clean holes. Zzz, and they pull out, and then I'm normal. Well, I don't want to be normal, but then I can. Oh, I'm bombing. I'm bombing. I put too much emphasis on this as if someone's going to listen to this, and then as soon as I hit like pause or stop record, then I just talk like a normal human. I love to say I'm not embarrassed to do things, but I still am. I'm a great singer. You don't hear me sing. Even though there was one time I sang to a bunch of gays. That was an accident. And I was in Hello Dolly. I was the main guy, Horace Vandegelder, the old curmudgeonly cheap fuck. What's Steve doing today? Oh, he can't come out to play. He's in Hello Dolly. Steve's practicing Hello Dolly. What do you mean? No, he's in there. He's practicing Hello Dolly. What do you mean Steve's practicing Hello Dolly? Go see for yourself. Hello Dolly. Hello. Look, what the fuck's wrong with me? I wish I had my brain now so I could make it really funny. That role as like a. The point is, Horace Vandegelder, Trapper Keepers full of porn. The point is, I don't think I took my Adderall today. That's it. I am all over the place. It could be one of these days. I am just going to spank myself raw. Spank my buns till they're blue. Blue and scarred. And that will remind me to put some pants on. I had to take my smoke alarms out. Apparently I was smoking pot too much and they went off. And then I realized the other day my neighbor's smoke alarms went off from my pot smoking. So that's who you're looking at. That's who you're listening to. A dick licker, a butt fuck, and a bush. Shut up, Steve.